So good day, everyone. So we are Group 1 from BSGE 3B, and we're going to discuss the fundamentals of property surveying from definitions to general methods. So here with me is Miss Megan Vallejos, Mr. Efren Urbana, Sweet Miles Samoy, and Miss Ariza Gakang. And yours truly, Mr. Lance Bartolome. So for the introduction of our topic, let me call on Mr. Efren Urbana to start the reporting.
So, our topic is all about fundamentals of property surveying from definitions to general methods. So, ato mauna na nga topic, di ba? Makauna-una ta og property surveying, modern methods, legal compliance, and surveying data. So, unsa day ang property surveying? So, ang property surveying day, it ensures accurate land boundaries and legal ownership. So when it comes to modern methods like GIS and GPS to improve precision in land and measurements. So in the next slide, so unsa day ang property surveying? So ang property survey DI is a comprehensive assessment to conduct by qualified professionals to evaluate the condition, boundaries, and structure sa imong yuta. So it provides detailed information about both the physical and characteristic of legal aspects sa imong property. So iyang primary purpose di ay inani nga survey is to provide accurate data nga makatabang sa buyers and sellers to make informed decision during real estate transactions o ma-identify ang mga potential issues such as structural concerns or boundary encroachment, ensuring all parties have clear understanding of property condition and legal boundaries. Uh, Next slide, please. So, natay mga types property o boundary surveys. So, first is land surveys. So, ang purpose de ay sa land surveys or boundary surveys is that para ma-detailed niya ang boundaries of parcel of land, defining legal property lines. So, unsa di gamitan ni niya? So, magamit ni siya for essential for real estate transaction, zoning regulations, and solving property disputes. So, ang key features de ani niya nga survey is uh, focuses on establishing precise and legal boundaries between adjacent properties. So second is topographic surveys purpose. So ang purpose day ni Ani is to illustrate both natural and man-made features along with the plane and elevation changes across a site. So magamit ni siya required for construction projects, road improvements, drainage system designs, and environmental studies. So ang key features po niya is to provide detailed three-dimensional maps showing elevation changes through contour lines. So third is which is the monumentation survey. So while not explicitly detailed in standard survey categories like boundaries or topographic surveys, if you considered adding structures like fences on your property, a boundary survey is typically necessary to ensure that any new installations comply with existing property lines. So this ensures that addition to do not encroach on neighboring properties or violate local regulations. So I'm passing the mic to the next reporter.
Types of property and boundary surveys. As built surveys, these determine property lines but also where improvements or additions can be made, like driveways and sidewalks. Next is mortgage surveys. Mortgage surveys shows property boundaries for an entire property that will be mortgaged. Floodplain surveys. Floodplain surveys is a land of survey that determines flood elevation and boundaries near a property. Next slide, please. A property survey is a type of survey which depicts or notes the position of boundaries with respect to locations of all boundaries, monumentation found or set, apparent improvements and feature including as a minimum dwellings, barns, garages, sheds, driveways, roadways, surface utilities, visible bodies of the water, and swimming pools. Record easements and visible evidence of the use thereof. Record and apparent means of ingress and ingress. Lines of occupation including as a minimum fences, walls, hedges, and yards. Deed restrictions pertaining to the location of buildings or other apparent improvements. Unresolved conflicts with record deed description and maps all apparent boundary encroachment. Monumentation required to be set of all corners created by a deflection angle of not less than 70 degrees between two executive courses and at intervals not to exceed 600 feet or 180 meters along the boundaries between said corners, except where natural or man-made monumentation defines or occupies the line. I will pass the mic to the next reporter.
So we're going to discuss the limited property boundary surveys. So there are five types that we are going to discuss. First is the existing building location survey. An existing building location survey is a type of survey which depicts or notes the position of all buildings on the property with respect to boundaries. So, ginagamit ng existing building location survey to determine the ang isa ka building sa isa ka parcel of land is naara siya sulod within the boundary. And also, ma-record dayon siya ang easement lines and pertinent municipal setbacks. So, as we have what we have discussed, di ba na amang yung mga required nga setback per lot. Next is the zoning location survey. A zoning location survey is a type of survey which depicts or notes the position of existing or proposed improvements with respect to applicable municipal setback requirements. So, kaning zoning location survey is in simpler terms is kung naay isa ka project i-conduct sa isa ka lot, isa ka building nga tayo ba or unsay buhaton na ng isa ka parcel of land, ginagamit ang zoning location survey para ma-note ang position, no? Ang note the position of existing or proposed improvements. So para mabalaan siya kung sakto ba ang zone nga gibutngan and also with respect to municipal setback requirements. So kung naa siya setback nga 4 meters or na siya setback nga 8 meters, mabalaan siya kung asa siya sakto ibutang. Kaya gamitan mo siya zoning location survey. Next is improvement location survey. An improvement location survey is a type of survey which depicts or notes the position horizontally and where required vertically between particular existing or proposed improvement with respect to the applicable municipal or statutory requirements. So that's what we can, in simpler terms, an improvement location survey is a type of survey na ga-depict or ga-note siya sa position, no? So with either horizontal siya or vertical, mabalaan dayon ang existing or proposed improvement with of course with respect to municipal requirements. Next slide please. Subdivision or re-subdivision map. A subdivision or re-subdivision map is a map of a type of survey which depicts or notes the layouts of lots and associated public or private highways, easements, and lands, and is intended for submission to applicable regulatory entities. So, this as what sa atong na-learn sa property survey is that kung mag-subdivide og yuta or let's say magbahin og yuta, kay ginabuhatan gud siya og subdivision or subdivision map. So especially if isa ka land is built siya for subdivision, buhatan gud siya og subdivision map na para mag-layout sa mga parcel of lot nga ibutang and also to associate it with highways and easements of the lands. Easement map. An easement map is a map of a type of survey which depicts and notes the position of an existing proposed easement with respect to boundary monumentation found or set, improvements and features including as minimum dwellings, barns, garages, and etc. Other record easements and visible evidence of the use thereof, and unresolved conflicts with the record of deed of description map. So, kaning easement map is mo ni siya ang gamiton para ma-map nimo ang easement sa isa ka lot or sa isa ka set of uh, parcel. So, of course, with respect to boundary monumentation, dili mawala gyud ang boundary gyud ana sa easement map. Next is mga improvement or features like for example sa isa ka lot na iyang improvement gihimo siya sa isa ka lot lugar kay nahimo ra siya og let's say yuta lang then gi-improve siya gihimo siya sementado, so kailangan i-note niya po na siya sa easement map as well as kanang barns, garages, sheds, driveways, roadways, surface utilities, visible bodies of water, fences, walls, hedges, yards, and swimming pool. So, as long as na ay improvement or feature nga gi-add sa isa ka lot, i-add gyud siya sa easement map. Next is other record easement and visible evidence of the use of thereof. So, para sa ma-correlate siya sa other record easement sa isa ka lot. Next is the unresolved conflicts with record deed description and map. So, mabalaan po dayon dira if naabay mga nasangit nga conflict ana nga lot. So, I'm passing the next topic to Ms. Miles Samuel.
So, good day everyone. So, I'll be discussing the limited property and boundary survey. So, boundary stakeout. A boundary stakeout is a type of survey which marks or monuments the physical position of property corners or lines. The surveyor shall issue a signed and sealed letter or sketch indicating the monuments or markers set and indicating the boundary determination category used. No other features need to be depicted. So, boundary determination categories. So, the category used in determining property or boundary options for all surveys types listed in subsections B and C. This section shall be identified within the title or notes on the map and shall be one of the following. A is first survey. So from the word first survey is a survey of existing property lines made when the surveyor has not found a map or other document of the subject property, such as a metes and bounds description, which represents a previous surveyor's professional opinion. If the survey has found a prior survey, the current survey is definition as a resurvey. Next is a resurvey. Resurvey. A survey is a resurvey is a survey of property lines made when the surveyor has found a prior survey of the subject property. After evaluation of the prior survey within the context of field and record information, the resurvey is prepared. So example ani if kanang nakaisilingan nga nilapas sa imong yuta, dira na din ka magpa-resurvey para ma-sure nimo nga imuha gid ang yuta kay tendency magud ana maglalis mo ana kay lagi ako anang yuta na nain ana. So next is original survey. Original survey An original survey is a survey indicating proposed property lines or parcels of land, and the boundary determination category of existing boundaries shall be indicated. So thank you, and I will pass the mic to Rizame Gakam.
Okay, thank you, Sweet. So, on my part, okay, thank you. Okay, on my part, let's discuss what's included in a property survey. So, for us to know, there are different types of property surveys, but they all determine important characteristics and features of the land based on what the property owner needs. So, from ensuring the building meets zoning codes to seeing whether a driveway is in the right place, there's a type of survey to address a specific need. So first is the property lines. A precise understanding of your property lines and legal boundaries is essential for a homeowner. So by eliminating any confusion or gray areas, you can build or expand your home with confidence and avoid encroachments, property disagreements with your neighbors. Establishing property lines is typically part of an as-built survey, land survey, monumentation survey, or mortgage survey. And then the second one is about the easements. A property survey will reveal any easements on the property you want to purchase. An easement may require you to share access to some part of your property. For example, a utility company could have the right to install electrical wires on your land, or you may be required to share a private road or beach with your neighbors. So that part it calls like deeds of donation, something like that. So the third one is about the elevation. So topographical surveys map the contours, elevation, and features of a property, of course. So, this type of survey will include your property's exact elevation, building type, and flood map location to determine the proper flood insurance premium rates. So, this information is important to architects and building contractors. It can also impact the design and cost of any new structure you decide to build. Paying for a topographical survey and a flood certificate now could end up saving you hundreds of dollars per year. And the last one is about the hazard areas, which is the field work a property surveyor does on a plot of land can uncover potential problems and hazard areas. This is especially important if you plan to build new structures on your land. A thorough survey from an accredited professional can help you avoid costly mistakes like trying to build your new home and finding that your lot has a water table near the surface. So, or when your lot could incur future damages from land erosion, landslides, or earth collapse. So, I hope that you learned something from our reporting today. So, that's all. Thank you.